Good morning, folks. CO2 is set to eclipse 400 parts per million in the atmosphere. Let's start by giving you the rest of the story that they will leave out. Blue, red, and green appear to go nicely together, don't they? That's carbon dioxide, temperature, and methane tracking each other for thousands of years. Hundreds of thousands if you take their word for it. Then humans come along and start polluting. Unless this is your first day here, you're well aware that CO2 and temperature are no longer together. You are well aware that cold records are falling just as fast as the hot records, and precipitation is leading them all in a world that should be dubbed climate extremes, not global warming. Focus here is India. This quake occurred as the news was rolling yesterday, but the damage reports came in throughout the day. There is death and a lot of damaged buildings. Not far south of that, an extreme heat wave brought 44 degrees Celsius temperatures, driving people inside during the day. That's over 110 degrees Fahrenheit for those converting, and it's the same basic area that got hit with boulder-sized hail just a few months ago. West of that in the Middle East, they have the opposite problem. From Oman to Saudi Arabia, the deluge is claiming lives, causing massive flooding damage, and while it's pulling all that moisture over the area and set to move north into Iran and Pakistan today, the northwest edge stirred up a sandstorm in Israel. Top left, that's Cyclone Zane's disappearing act, impressive as the larger swaths of cloud cover run across Western Australia and New Zealand. The worst weather warnings for Europe right now are lightning related. Coastal nations and just north of that as African heat is on a beeline straight north, changing the energy in the atmosphere over the Mediterranean. Finally, East and West US getting a breather while the entire central states have some kind of warning on weather.gov. Flash flooding is possible in the Gulf states today, while the same convergence line from days past has elected to go the freezing route in a May snowstorm. Solar wind. Yesterday we began taking a stronger than average stream, and flat lines here means we stayed at that elevated level for 24 hours. Magnetosphere took strong disturbance. Midday, plasma penetration virtually non-stop. The inductions were fairly strong as well. GOES energetic flux on the electron side shows our planet still riding the wave, with KP index indicating that the instability remains. So what else is on the way? Looking at the sunspots, we lose one big guy today on the south, so we'll jump to the northern active region. Definitely appears a bit thinner than before, certainly in decay, but hey, during those decay events the fields have to go somewhere. These interacted to finally produce an M flare. There wasn't much to look at. The other sunspots are enormous but appear to have more magnetic stability than the last larger active regions. Keep an eye on that as she moves around today. Now the natural question is, was there a CME produced by that M flare? I believe you can indeed see some faint ejecta visible here, and while we wait for the Enlil and Soho to update, Stereo A Core 2 with Earth off to the left shows a potential weak glancing blow, but with most ejecta missing north. Take your eyes to the dark transequatorial coronal hole almost directly Earth facing. Got 40 plus questions yesterday about the start of the watch, asking if the field was open to Earth yet based on the gong. Does not look like it yet, and the field lines atop the AIA 193 reveal that no, we are not there yet. Wait for the sun to call it. 7 days without an Earth-facing umbral opening or a 6 magnitude quake. I'll leave you with filaments of plasma and 304 angstroms. Eyes open. No fear, it's 6:30 a.m. Eastern Time, and that's the news. Be safe, everyone.